fight. Was it all about trying to get back for this rematch with Wilder, or what exactly transpired there?
Que si tú puedes hablar de la situación de Joshua cuando te supuestamente llamaron, ofrecieron la pelea y que no se dio, etcétera, y que tú sabes de eso.
Yo siempre hablé con mi manager que lo que más siempre me interesó fue la revancha con Wilder por lo sucedido. Y un guerrero no abandona una misión, y la misión mía perdí ese momento.
So he doesn't really know. So, but to answer the question, he has always, since the loss, has reiterated and spoken to the management team, Jay Jimenez from King Kong Boxing, that what he wants is a Wilder rematch. So we don't know if that's exactly what happened in the communications or not, right? If that's why it didn't happen. It didn't happen, and we're here, like Mr. Ellaby said, we're here now. But a warrior doesn't abandon the mission, and the mission is beat Wilder. So Joshua can wait. And in his eyes, Joshua ain't anything right now.
Wow. I like questions that were asked from whoever the interviewer was to Luis King Kong Ortiz. They asked Ortiz, well, what happened with the negotiations where you were offered the Joshua fight? And, was it because you wanted the Deontay Wilder fight more? And Luis King Kong Ortiz, he explained in Spanish, like, I don't know. It was a mix-up with my manager. They offered, or they told Eddie Hearn, or Team Joshua, should I say, Eddie Hearn, that they had a fight for Wilder in the future. Okay? Now, he said he doesn't know if that was the reason why the fight didn't happen. So, nobody knows. Okay? So, and then that's the question now, that those are the type of questions I would have asked. But the sad thing about that is, why didn't King Kong Ortiz elaborate more on that? He didn't say nothing. He said it was just a mix-up with my manager, and Jay Jimenez, they told him, I guess maybe as a bargaining tool, that told Eddie Hearn that, hey, we got a rematch with Wilder, and then next thing you know, they were offered an amount of money, and someone, posted from King Ortiz's Instagram that Eddie Hearn was lowballing him. Okay, that's what happened, and it pissed Eddie off. Amongst this was one of the primary times he's ever been that pissed about someone saying lowballing. I guess after the the Dillian White and then the Deontay Wilder, and then Tyson Fury claimed the same claim. And it's like, I guess that brought Eddie Hearn to a certain level, of anger, right? So he decided to pretty much not return back to that situation after Luis Ortiz didn't know anything. And that's sad. You have to know what your team is doing for you, okay? In regards to you, you're supposed to know, like, why didn't this happen? So my question is, did he even talk to his management? Jay Jimenez or his promoter? Did he even talk to these guys about what went on? Or was it like some relayed shit that talked to somebody and then somebody talked to someone else and then someone came to Luis Ortiz and told Luis Ortiz what was going on? Right? All that second and third hand information. That's what it seems like to me. It seems like Ortiz, he just fights. He really doesn't have a say-so. He really doesn't have knowledge of what's going on in his career. And that's wrong. However, I do hope he gets the money. That's my counterpunch on that he was supposed to make of the $7 million. Okay? I hope he gets that guarantee. That would be great for him. And he was talking about his family, and including his baby girl, that she has a illness, okay, a skin illness, I believe, and then of course that takes doctor bills and stuff like that. So I hope he gets that money, because he needs that money, Now, Ortiz explained also how he will beat Deontay Wilder, okay? I want to talk to you guys a little bit about that. With the scorecards, it was a close fight. He said he would not make the same mistakes that he did in the past. But here's the thing. He said, well, I don't know how that happened. I'll tell you how it happened. You thought that Deontay Wilder was slow enough in the later rounds not to counter you like he did off the ropes. Okay? On top of fouling you and the things that he did in those regards, which was not mentioned from the referee, so he had him in the back pocket. He gave them extra time, you know. So him saying, well, I don't know what happened, and then turn around and saying, hey, it'll be different in this fight, that's an oxymoron. You know, I'll leave the link below in the description, let you guys check out the interview, but what Ortiz was saying is like, hey, yeah, I know it's destiny, you know, I know that there's a reason I'm here, and I have this opportunity to present myself as one of the best, and he wants to knock out Wilder. But he did praise Wilder, or respected Wilder for wanting to do a better job to right his wrongs, because Wilder's claim is, right, he claims that he was sick. He was the lightest that he ever came in. I think he was 209 at the time, but I think that benefited him in that fight because I think it made him faster, being 209 pounds. Not saying he's slow at 230 or whatever weight he was when he knocked out Brazil, but, you know, that could have contributed to him being quicker against a sharp Cuban fighter, which I'm looking at Luis Ortiz right now, and he looks bigger. He looks like he's putting on that real middle-aged spread right now. You know what I mean? I see a little titties. You know, I see tetas. And then when that happens, that means you got to ask yourself, what kind of diet are you on? You know? So he looks bigger than he did before. You know, Ortiz, you know, he was always a big, you know, older, muscular look. He's always had this looking physique he's always had. You know, it looks like he's an old man that just stays in shape. You know what I'm saying? So, but now, you know, I mean, I haven't seen the dude without a shirt, but he looks a lot bigger than he did before. So hopefully that doesn't affect anything. Hopefully it does like Ruiz and Joshua. It just gives Ruiz more punching power for his punches. But another thing I wanted to add, you know, to add to this about Luis Ortiz, him and his trainer there, you know, they were like, hey, he has all these excuses. We don't care if he was sick or whatever. If he was sick, he shouldn't have showed up. We had our own issues. We didn't mention them at all. And see, let me counterpunch that. I do agree. They did not mention anything. He gave all the credit to Wilder. There was no excuses, nowhere from Ortiz's camp. Okay? Now, to be proud about that, or to have integrity about that situation, knowing, hey, I didn't complain, that might sound good, okay, in the eyes of someone that is noble, okay? But the reality of that is they should have complained. They should have spoke up. They should have made a claim like, look, this referee let this guy whack me over the head several times and hitting me legally and illegally. He's doing a illegal combo. You know, and it's crazy that those type of fights happen. You know, and then it's like, oh, well, hey, we just want to show we're tough. Hey, it's not always about being tough. Ask Floyd Mayweather. It's about being smart. Okay, as a fighter. And as a fighter, if you see a guy that's being, you know, roughed up by the other fighter, fouled by the other fighter, and then the referee don't say nothing, we got a problem. But then gives extra time to Deontay Wilder. And now Paulo Malignaggi's name is shit in Deontay's book because he called him out on it. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think that's a double-edged sword, though. That cuts both ways. Yeah, you're not complaining, but then you're not explaining either. You're just like, oh, we're not talking. That doesn't really show how tough you are. It just shows the lack of experience through your camp. You got to be smart enough to know, hey, I don't supposed to be taking these type of files in a professional fight. Fuck how tough I am. I know the guy's tough. He took a lot of punches from Wilder. Where did he take them? He took them everywhere. He did not go beyond the belt, though. Below the belt. He didn't do that. I'll give him that. I didn't never see Deontay Wilder throw anything below the belt because, shit, he didn't really throw body punches. That's not Deontay's thing. Okay? So, him explaining how he will beat Wilder, you know, he says, okay, well, that's the explanation for him saying the way it went or why it went as long as it did. Well, okay, he's going to get knocked out, but it ain't going to be from Deontay. It's going to be by Luis King Kong Ortiz. And I hope it happens because, you know, honestly, I'm sick of the heavyweight landscape. I'm sick of it. You got Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. Now we got Ruiz. So at least we have someone new, right, to examine, to, you know, to root for or to hate on or whatever. At least we have another player in the game that's actually got the opportunity to fight one of these three people, because I'm not convinced that these three guys are the guys. They just proclaim that they're the guys. Until they fight other people, then that's when they show me. So that's my thing on it, you know. So I hope Ortiz does a lot more in this fight. I hope he doesn't gas himself out like he did in the 7th round. I hope there's not a referee that's sticking around helping Deontay every hand and foot. You know, but I wouldn't be surprised because of, guess, you know, they got another network they have to work with a super fight or a huge fight, put it that way. Right? So anyway, that's my counterpunch on Luis Ortiz in his interview. You guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.